Hello, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and we're answering publicly posted questions on abo.com, getting people the answers they need from an employment attorney. Here is our question. Can I sue my husband's place of employment for ignoring sexual assault claims that further caused issues in our marriage? My husband has been sexually harassed by his manager for the past year. His place of employment, a federal job, has ignored all of his claims about this woman. He already suffers from PTSD, and this added to his stress, causing issues in our marriage. Can I sue my husband's place of employment for failing to act on his claims? Well, first and foremost, I would say to you, which is not an answer to your question, I would say to you, have your husband speak to an employment attorney who specializes in representing federal employees, right? Because the federal government's incredible at ignoring these things, even though it has a really, really well-defined system for how it should be treated. And if there's an employment attorney involved pushing your husband's case along, things are going to be taken more seriously. They won't be able to ignore your husband, potentially. Okay, but let's get back to your question. So your marriage has been harmed by this, and you want to sue, presumably separately from him. Or instead of him, maybe he doesn't want to, maybe he already did, I don't know. Well, so a lot of attorneys can tell you, no, you don't have standing, right? And that is true to an extent. However, I had the bizarre experience once of working on what is called a loss of consortium claim in an employment law case that won. Now, you may not know what a loss of consortium claim is, so let me read the definition here. A loss of consortium action is usually a standalone claim brought by the spouse or family member of a person who's been injured or killed as a result of the defendant's negligent or intentional action. The idea is that as a result of the defendant's conduct, the person who was injured or killed cannot provide his or her spouse or family member with the same love, affection, companionship, comfort, society, or sexual relations that were provided before the accident. All right. Now, this does go on to note that typically claims for loss of consortium are not awarded unless the injured person dies or suffers a severely debilitating, long-lasting condition. However, in my case that I worked on, the loss of consortium claims did flow from a long-lasting anxiety condition for a very living person, right? A person who was very well, was more than capable of living, but because of the anxiety and potential PTSD of what that person experienced, there was a certain loss. We'll call it a loss of consortium that occurred in the marriage. Certainly, it introduced some problems into the marriage, some loss of companionship, right? Now, so this goes, it tells you, right? Usually that's going to come up in these personal injury cases. Can it come up in employment cases? Yeah, it can. Do I think it's the best claim in the world and that it's an easy path for you? I don't. I sure don't. But it's worth noting, those claims are treated differently in every state. So you could speak with a local attorney about what the claim looks like in your state, in your jurisdiction, right? I don't want to tell you, it's definitely not worth it, because I don't know that. I don't. And I've seen them win. I hope this helps. If it does, consider liking, subscribing, maybe even leaving a comment. All of that really helps me to help more people just like you. And good luck to you, and good luck to your husband. Take care.